despite not being aligned to any particular intelligence services. I am, as a trained schizophrenic super spy, intelligent. Therefore, I have sources within intelligence circles, and I'm able to find out tidbits of information about people if I want to. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. My knowledge of the organ trade in devices, however, is self-learned indeed. No one from any intelligence services would be forthcoming about the organ trade in devices centered around Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop. So I've had to basically piece bits together about it. However, it seems that I have been able to glean information from various sources about certain individuals, such as PC Caleb Wilson of Calne Police, who uses the dark web to fulfill his fantasies about toddlers, which is still very interesting indeed. This is part of the continuum of satanic energy that runs through devices, and now Calne as well indeed. All of those guys who are operative on the dark web in Calne are not doing so to push product. They are doing so to fulfill their toddler fetishist fantasies, which is all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I'm going to leave that topic there now rather than create full content about it. Indeed, Calne Police are threatening violence against me for exposing PC Stuart Welsh as a Mossad pseudonym child abductor. Indeed, this is true. So it's all very interesting to consider that Calne Police would threaten violence against me, utilizing the slaughterhouse gang network of Caleb Wilson. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. These devisers and Calne morons are attempting to piece together my theories and trick switch them to make it all out to be Jews, and therefore they can cast me as a Zionist. Indeed, I'm not seeing the logic here. Indeed, I've exploded Zionism recently as a front for Sabbatean interests, and indeed it seems that the British Crown and the Vatican are actually no longer large global players. Indeed, they are just pawns of the Sabbatean elite and the Nazis. Indeed, this is the Bavarian Illuminati continuum, networks of German noblemen and their hired thugs, who are the Nazi continuum, and the Sabbateans, who are headquartered in Jerusalem and in the catacombs beneath the Kremlin. So it's all very interesting indeed. The Mossad straddles the Nazi intelligence continuums and the KGB. So it's all very interesting to note that the Mossad straddles the Nazi continuums and the KGB. Indeed, the Mossad is controlled by the Jericho Group, i.e. a network of Sabbateans, operating simultaneously out of Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and the catacombs beneath the Kremlin. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I have psychic abilities, and I'm able to locate operatives. However, their precise location is unknown to me. However, I can figure out the general vicinity of their location. And at the moment, there are 49 Israeli spies in Wiltshire operating pseudonym operations, utilizing Wiltshire Jews for child abduction purposes. Indeed, all of this child abduction is done in communion with the Wiltshire Police Services. Indeed, 49 Israeli spies are operative in Wiltshire, running gangs of pseudonym. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Caleb Wilson operates for the Mossad in Calne Police's jurisdiction. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Caleb Wilson of Calne Police has abducted several small children and keeps up a fantasy reality whereby he attends raves, but people are suspicious of him. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. People are becoming increasingly suspicious of the residents of Devizes and Calne and their obsession with me. Indeed, it's all very interesting to note. Indeed, I am a schizophrenic super spy. I was trained by the British intelligence services in 2012 as a schizophrenic super spy in retaliation for me identifying Grenville Lodge as a Hellfire Club hotbed. Indeed, the British intelligence services believed my talents were too good to waste, and therefore they programmed me via Wizard of Oz programming and Cat's Eyes programming to become a schizophrenic super spy, and indeed have operated abroad for MI6, as well as having my codes cracked by the GIU and being utilized as a mind-controlled assassin for 17 hits, mainly on political enemies of GIU operatives, i.e. Albanian mobsters, Azeri mobsters, Georgian mobsters, Chechen mobsters, and some Kurdish mobsters as well. Indeed, all of my targets were Faith of Ishmael adherents, so it's interesting to consider. Indeed, Ramzan Kadyrov himself put a fatwa on me in 2013, which so far has come to nothing. However, the Chechen mob are active within the ranks of the GIU and are looking for a way to turn the tables on me. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. The Nazis and the communists are basically coordinated by humans who are somehow connected with interdimensional beings, and this is the legacy of the Bavarian Illuminati. They ripped holes in space-time and invited interdimensional beings into their souls. This is what aliens really are. They are interdimensional entities. So it's all very interesting to consider, and indeed, the Nazi form of government and the communist form of government are expressions of an interdimensional entity force. So it's all very interesting to consider, indeed. The Mossad like to play around with those two ideologies and therefore straddle both the Nazi intelligence continuums and the KGB continuum. So it's all very interesting to note. Indeed, Hitler was himself conceived in a Sabbatean ceremony and had Romaniote heritage. Indeed, Romaniotes are Greek-speaking Jews, operative for Donmar lodges. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Hitler was a Romaniote and operative of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst continuum intelligence capacity that existed at that time as the Abwehr. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these occult networks are all guided by a Sabbatean cell known as the Jericho Group, who have headquarters in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and subterranean Moscow, i.e. the labyrinthine vaults beneath the Kremlin. So it's all very interesting to consider that this Jericho Group are operating out of these three locations, attempting to control British Freemasonry and the mind control programming of British intelligence operatives. Indeed, vast percentages of lower levels and recruits of the British intelligence services are put through mind control programming and therefore are microchipped also and are utilized by British intelligence cells who interconnect with the Mossad and the DVD in their operations. Indeed, this Mossad DVD nexus is now coordinating British intelligence as the remains of the Asiatic Brethren. So very interesting indeed. All of my theories appear to be linking up, and indeed, networks of the DVD are attempting to cast doubt on the Asiatic Brethren's existence. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Asiatic Brethren was a combination of German noblemen and Sabbateans of the Frankist continuum. So it's all very interesting to see how this relates to the Octopus, which today is a combination of the DVD and the Mossad. The Octopus controlled the child trafficking networks in Wiltshire and the child abduction cells run by Calne police. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Calne police's operations are guided by a much higher power, i.e., limitless funds and outright political protection coordinate the activities of Calne police and their child abduction operations. Indeed, PC Stuart Welch is on his last lifeline concerning me. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these Calne police networks interconnect with the Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop operations, which include child trafficking also. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this devices ring is part of the Calne police child abduction empire. So it's all very interesting, and it all links us back to Bowood House, which is the location where in the 1700s Jeremy Bentham composed On Defense of Pederasty. So it's all very interesting indeed. This paedophile empire being run by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and the Mossad operates through British firms and British private security contractors. So it's all very interesting. There is a decidedly Anglo-linking network to all of this trafficking indeed. So many Anglos around Wiltshire are guilty of involvement in this massive child trafficking and organ harvesting operation that it's not surprising the reactions I am receiving on street level from the Anglo population. Indeed, so many people in Wiltshire, an estimated 40%, are connected in some capacity to these trades, i.e. child trafficking and organ harvesting, centered around Walter Rose and Sons butcher shop in Devizes. So it's all very interesting to consider all of these interlinking networks. Indeed, various networks around Warminster are perpetrating satanic ritual abuse and therefore mind controlling operatives to attempt to gain ascendancy and work out a strategy to destroy me. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, all satanically ritually abused mind control program slaves are microchipped. So it's interesting to consider. Indeed, these microchip feed generators that feed off the negative energy of microchip slaves. Indeed, microchip slaves often harness a lot of negative energy due to the demonic infestations that the Freemasons put into them. Indeed, Moonraker Lodge number 8747 has a generator which emits a certain frequency in devices in the surrounding area, which may be contributing, along with the chemicals in the water supply, to the general satanic energy that exists in the town of Devizes. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the organ trade is central to the Devizes economy. Indeed, as I've stated, the organ trade in Devizes nets billions of pounds a year due to the clientele of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop mainly being Russian elites who are willing to pay hundreds of millions of pounds for a liver. And if you consider that the Devizes butchers are slaughtering at least 2,000 people a year, this is a staggering amount of profit. Indeed, the Devizes economy is built on the organ trade centered on Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop. So it's all very interesting to consider indeed. Let me enlighten you further on the Devizes organ trade. Indeed, there is a network of operatives of Israeli heritage running the scheme through a front company known as Walter Rose and Sons Corporation in the Swiss banking registry. Indeed, it's interesting to consider that there's a Swiss bank account in the name of Clive Grenville operating schemes to attempt to bankrupt certain people in Devizes who will not go along with the program. Indeed, it's interesting to consider that large percentages of the Devizes population are blackmailed into operating as part of the organ harvesting scheme. Indeed, some enter it willingly, like PC Ian Hughes, the arch informant of Devizes police. So it's all very interesting to consider. This man attempted to inform on me and was met with a fist. So it's all very interesting indeed. Warminster snitches are operative for Devizes police, attempting to summon demons to attempt to derail my investigations into Warminster and Warminster military base. Indeed, the Warminster military intelligence capacity, Defence Intelligence and the Defence Industrial Security Command have issued memos to squaddies not to approach me for fears of me being a Russian spy. Indeed, I've explained many times before that I am not operating for the GRU at all. I may be a schizophrenic super spy, but I am freelance, so it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Schizophrenic Super-Spy program in Britain was part of a Mindgate mind control concept known as Project Aniseed. Indeed, I was incorporated into this network in 2012, and therefore am highly regarded in the espionage world. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the organ trade in Wiltshire is my main target, and the accompanying child trafficking rings of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop butchers and their cohorts in Devizes and Calne police. Indeed, it's all very interesting, these staggering amount of profit made by Calne police and Calne residents in regards to the child trafficking and gender. And this is what Calne residents do not want me to expose. Indeed, there is a creepy satanic energy in Calne, and this is due to the influence of the Devizes generator, handled by Moonraker Lodge number 8747 Freemasons, and the master mason of that lodge, Stephen Bridge. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, there are so many networks of Anglos in this county. Want me dead before I start exposing things about Warminster military base. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I intend to move on to further exposures of Warminster military base in the coming series of videos. Indeed, Warminster military base is run by a network of devout Freemasons. So it's interesting to consider. Indeed, these networks are all interconnected to the Octopus, i.e. the Illuminati, i.e. networks of German aristocrats, hired Nazi thugs, British intelligence cells, and the Mossad and the KGB. So it's all very interesting to note how all of these networks intersect in this overall operation, which is really a criminal entity. So it's all very interesting to consider. As I stated, the Vatican is no longer a major player in global politics or global affairs. Their position is merely ceremonial now. They're being handled by Turkish military intelligence operatives who are Sabbateans and DVD operatives, as well as many networks of British Royal Arch Freemasons. Indeed, it's all interesting to consider how all of these networks intersect at the entity's headquarters here in Warminster, which is an appendage of Warminster Military Base. Indeed, the entity operatives in Warminster are of Turkish heritage and handle organ distribution for Warminster military intelligence operatives. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these networks all intersect at C.J. Robbins' butcher shop of Warminster, who harvest a lot of the aforementioned organs, mainly of Kurdish adolescents trafficked by the British military to Warminster. So it's all very interesting to consider, and really quite a deep and dark secret the Warminster residents do not want put into the public domain. However, this is going to happen. Indeed, Crown and Empire morons annoy me. So it's interesting to consider that I've stated that the Crown is no longer a highly functioning entity in global affairs, and the British Empire finished 100 years ago after a takeover of the British intelligence services by the Abwehr. So it's interesting to consider. The Abwehr then put Hitler into power as part of a global machination that would deceive the public into believing that Nazi elements are not capable of winning the war. However, they did. And their intelligence structure, through the Asiatic Brethren, now runs the British intelligence community. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, British military intelligence was taken over by the Abwehr 100 years ago. So the Second World War was a false conflict fought in stages to deceive the public of Britain into believing that they won when they didn't. Indeed, this is a closely guarded state secret and only whispered about among British royals who are themselves ceremonial and are not let in on the plans of the intelligence community. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, there are various networks of females of the British royal family who are mesmerized by the schizophrenic super spy taking on the crown and empire myth. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Sabbateans oversee the day-to-day activities of British royals. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there now. Thank you.